Hey guys, it's Jasmine, your brow expert and your brow model. So I'm holding here Anastasia Beverly Hills stencil. The stencils, you guys, are genius. Really, I mean, it's not perfect, but you know what? It's pretty close. We do have 5 different sizes of brow stencils, but I'm gonna just use one. It could take all day, you guys, to show you what each stencil can work for who, right? But I'm gonna just use me, of course, as an example and show you guys that it can be easy using a stencil. It helps you in filling your eyebrows. It helps you in tweezing your eyebrows. It just helps you in knowing how full or thin you should go on your eyebrows. So I'm gonna use the petite size brow stencil. They, like I said, comes in 5 different sizes. I've chosen the petite simply because from the front to the end of the eyebrow, it just kind of fits the front of my eyebrow and the end as well. Now, keep in mind that most, if not all, the stencils may not fit from the front to the end perfectly on you, but you know what? The most important area to look after is the front of this stencil, just right up in the front here. That's your most important area, and I'll show you why in a minute. This is the best because it has, as you can see, 3 different lines. The one up in the front, the one in the middle, which is also where your arch is, and one towards the end, which is where your end of the brow is. Okay, so quickly, how do you know how to lay the stencils? First of all, this is a really soft silicone stencil, so it also warms up. If you leave it on your forehead and the heat of your body, it really just kind of hugs the contour of your eyebrows. See, it's already just stuck right on there. Okay, and so this straight line right here, right in this area right there, this also helps you in knowing that you don't want to like deviate in that straight line. You want to keep that line straight across as best as you can. You may have only used the stencil with an angle brush to apply the color, which is the way you want to use the stencil, but I'm going to show you guys an extra tip in using a different type of brush to help you guys out. So some of you guys probably don't have that much eyebrow hair, so you really need the help of a stencil, but it's a little bit difficult sometimes to draw inside that stencil with an angle brush. I'm going to show you an extra tip. Try out using a full fluffy brush, not too big. It's kind of you would use it usually for a blending brush, like in the middle crease of your eye, but something soft, not too big and not too small, just enough to fill in the inside of the stencil. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Ash Brown powder. It's a perfect brow powder because it matches really nicely with the root of my hair, which is always where you want to figure out which color to use. I like to use a mid to the root of the hair, as opposed to the lightest part of your hair. That tends to be a little bit lighter, and your brows, you want it to be more believable, right? The color that you put on there, you want it to match more like your eyebrow hair and your head of hair in the root. Looks more natural that way. So I'm just going to use the pinch of your nose, my nose, straight up and down, and that's where I know where my line goes. The front line, of course, right here. You guys see that? So I'm going to do the arch right here. Same thing, the pinch of your nose, and then you go in an angle right this way, and that is where your arch is, right over here. And then the end of the eyebrow, even though it might not fit the stencil all the way through towards the end of the eyebrow, you always know that the end of the end of the nose and the corner of the eye, that is where you want to end your eyebrow, right here. So you've got your 3 marks. Now you know how to lay the stencil, right? You want to match those 3 lines that you see on the stencil. So I'm just going to hold it up. And then right as I'm holding it up here, you guys can already see the lines are lining up, which is good. So first I want to get it in there. You want to get most of the hair inside that little area. Now you might say, you know what, this is a little thinner than my eyebrows. My eyebrows are much fuller or wider. I have hair all around there. That's okay, because again, this is just your guide. So I'm just going to lay it right here. This is my arch. Now the ends are actually pretty good. It lines up pretty good. If it doesn't, don't worry about it, because sometimes your ends could fall like here or there. Just get the front and then the arch ready. Okay, now since I got it right where I wanted to, what I'm going to do is hold my thumb this way and hold my finger this way. Notice the line is straight across. That's what you have to remember. Remember the blending brush? I'm just going to put some color over the front of the eyebrow. Just right like so. So that way you really just get that background color. You don't have to worry too much about getting it inside that little opening. Once I've gotten the color, just going to do a little bit right here. I'm just going to peel off the stencil, and I guarantee you, I press a little bit hard on my forehead, I guarantee you, you're going to see color on, well, you could actually see the color on this side compared to the other side, right? Pretty good, right? Okay, so now you're thinking, I want my brows to be a little fuller. So now you have a really good guideline. You could build upon what you just did, right? Or the stencil just did. So what I mean by build upon is you're just gonna go over the eyebrow and underneath the eyebrow. That's building it. That's making it a little wider. And if you wanna bring it up at the front where that line is, you should do that by just doing a little circle right here. And then right around here, this is where that mark was. And then I'm just gonna lay it down just a tiny bit, not too far down. You don't wanna drag the eye down. And that is about it. I'm just gonna get rid of that line so that way you guys can see better. That's pretty good. Did you guys see that? Now, I want you guys to try this out. It really does help tremendously. And again, try the big fluffy brush first and see if that works. Let me know if it does for you. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribing, and I will see you guys right back here. Thank you. Bye.